The Show Me State. For the next 300 miles, we'll be crossing Missouri east to west. And we're hardly the first to make this journey. Trails and paths that would later become parts of Route 66 here in Missouri were used by nomadic indigenous cultures, stagecoaches, westbound pioneers, and more. You are literally driving through history. Soak it all in. That's real nice. Right off the bat, after crossing the Mississippi River, we're greeted by the gateway to the West, St. Louis. And not to give the whole episode away, but Missouri might just be why Route 66 is also known as the Neon Highway.
We're the intersection of art and science and history. We have contemporary neon and some old retro pieces. As people were traveling, more neon was needed, so they really kind of grew up together. The thing I think I love most about neon is the color and the brightness. I'm a glass artist, so working in the torch, I love bending it and then lighting it up for the first time is so exciting. It's bright. You can't, help but want to go towards the light.
We're off to an electrifying start. Sorry, guys, couldn't help myself. So I have a confession to make. This might come as a shock, but you can't actually drive the entirety of Route 66 as it once was back in the day. I know. You see, in the last 100 years, things have changed. The interstate came through. Original roadways were altered, closed, etc. In 1985, the official Route 66 was federally decommissioned, which left its preservation to the states. Amazingly, it's estimated that 85% of the historic route has been preserved. Now, it all adds to the enduring mystique of Route 66. The parts that have survived owe a great deal to local and state preservationists keeping the dream alive. And our friend Kelly is no exception.
The Red Cedar Inn was established in 1934, and it was actually decided to be put here because Route 66 was coming through. This was just a dirt road outside of our building. The owners were originally bootleggers on a farm right down the road, and the Prohibition ended, so it was time to do something legal, so they decided to open a tavern. So it was never an inn, so it never was a hotel or anything of that sort, but the word inn made it sound more encompassing for children and women to come in. And from there, it just sprouted from the Red Cedar Inn and stayed that way until 2005. Inside the building, we have a lot of things going on. We also have one of the original Red Cedar neon signs. As you know, neon is really popular along the route. So we have that hanging up in here with an entire wall dedicated to the history of Red Cedar.
And I bet you thought this location wouldn't have anything to do with neon. Gotcha.
Oh my gosh, I love what I do because I get to talk to people every day. I'm just one little stop on this road to a big story at the end of their trip.
Talking to Kelly is like chugging an energy drink. Her enthusiasm is contagious. Riding along the waves of those good vibes, Missouri begins to really surprise us.
Welcome to Uranus. We're so glad you're here. Come on, let's take a tour of Uranus. So this here, of course, is our world famous fudge counter. And Uranus is a lot bigger than most people realize. It just keeps going and going and going. Right here is our Uranus library. It's very, very popular with fans of Route 66 because that's the famous road right out front that brings everybody into Uranus. And one of the things that you might find, we even have big green army men in Uranus. So you will find that back here, we even have our own Uranus braided moonshine. Butterscotch in Uranus? You bet.
That was something.
The Route 66 Neon Park is an open-air museum featuring vintage, restored neon signs. So these particular signs come from Missouri, and they're featured from St. Louis clear across to Carthage, Missouri.
Travelers love this park because I think it brings back the nostalgia of Route 66, and some folks that have grown up on it, where they would drive Route 66 with their parents and driving in their old cars and seeing the neon signs as they would drive along the route. And so I just think it brings back great memories. But the best thing about it, every single one of these signs stood on Route 66 at one point or another.
Dreamy, isn't it? She might be the gateway to the West, but Missouri's shown us that signature Midwestern charm with a few eccentric stops along the way. There's more where that came from as we roll on. Spoiler alert, there's whale watching involved. And yes, we know that this part of the route is landlocked. Stick around. You won't want to miss what's in store for you.